I know it's been a while and we have missed you. We're changing things up for a bit for this episode as we have stepped into Yolanda's workshop for a hands-on lesson using the products for episode 7. I'm Roxy.
And I'm Yolanda, and today I'm going to be putting my teacher hat on and I'm going to teach Roxy how to stencil. But just to tell you guys, we have got an amazing stencil range, over 100 different kinds. The ones that I'm going to be playing with today are new ones that's coming soon. So yes, watch out for them. We've got about 5 new ones that we'll be launching. So I'm going to be playing with them today and really just going to be teaching Roxy how to stencil. It's super easy, guys. You can stencil walls, floors, your any item really. Even people even use it for cakes, for icing sugar. So yes, so there's really so much you can do with these stencils. So let's get busy. Alright, so always make sure that your surface that you're using is dry and clean. Also, always a good idea to decant a little bit of product out of your container so that you don't contaminate your paint. So we're really just going to be doing a little drop there, Roxy. Okay, we are using, what are we using here?
Dove Grey.
Dove Grey. Okay, so with this stencil, let me show you guys what it looks like. Our stencil material is very thick. Can you just zoom in here for us? It's very thick. So it will last and you can use it over and over and over again. When you've done stenciling, some people like to wash their stencils with warm soapy water to clean it. Other people leave the paint to dry and they just paint over it in the next round. I'm a little bit OCD, so I prefer washing it. I don't know about you, are you OCD?
Very OCD. I'll be washing my stencils. And Yolanda, what's the best way to store your stencils, especially larger ones like this?
Look, they need to be flat. Don't roll them up.
Yeah,
otherwise it's very hard to use them for the next round. So yeah, roll them flat and keep them separated from each other so that they also don't stick into each other, because you'll see some of them have got like little areas here that it flips.
Flaps, okay.
Flaps, yeah. So you don't want that stencil now to go in there and flap that.
Yes.
So maybe put like a little paper towel or plastic or something in between them.
Okay.
Alright, so next thing, masking tape, guys. We want this thing to not move around. Okay, so we're just going to masking tape it. I'm just going to do it on the table here because we're just doing that little piece there. Okay, then let's get busy. Okay, so here's our little roller. So the trick with stenciling is you have to use very, very little paint.
Okay.
Okay, otherwise it bleeds and the paint goes in under and it looks really foof. And I think a lot of people don't know that. So you'll see here very little paint. I've got like a foof lappy here that we've used before, just to get most of the paint off. Okay, so roller is super easy. It's one way of doing it. You can also use a little sponge. So you'll see it's very, very dry. Okay, so I'm going to do this side, Roxy, and then I'm going to let you do the other side. Okay, so you just go over and over. Rather do it like this than having too much paint and then it's bleeding.
So you don't have to use the roller in the same motion the whole time.
You
Okay.
really just want to get into those grooves. Okay, so I'm going to put a little more paint on. Just going to rub some there. Okay, so I'm going to stop now because I can get carried. Very therapeutic. Makes you forget about all of your problems.
I think I just found my new hobby.
There you go. So, you give it a go. I'm going to let you do it from the paint.
All right. A little bit of paint. Spread it on that sponge. Dry it out a little. All right. Let's start here. It actually rolls so easy. And you don't even have to press that hard.
No, it's very easy.
You think it's all in there?
I think so.
Wow, this is so easy, even for someone like me who's such a amateur when it comes to painting.
You've never done this?
No, never. And I mean, look at that.
Okay, so the big reveal. Are you ready? Okay, so you just take your masking tape off. Let's check it out.
Wow.
There you go, guys. Super duper easy.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Okay, so that's with a roller. Okay, so that was the roller. Super easy.
Super easy.
I'm going to show you guys now how to do it with a stencil brush. Again, we are going to tape it. So we're going to do the stencil brush now, and I'm also going to show you our embossing paste. So our embossing paste is this product over here. It is icing for wood. So this gives you a raised surface, a little bit of a 3D effect. So I'm going to show you how to use that. But let's get cracking with the stencil first. So this is a stencil brush. There's lots and lots on the market. We've also got a few that we can offer you in our range. Today we're going to be using this one. So again, guys, very, very dry brush. I'm going to use my lappy here again. I'm just going to do it from the lid here. The color that we are using for this is Tropical Cocktail. Okay. So we're going to hear that tick, tick, tick sound, unfortunately, because we're going to be dabbing. Okay, so I'm going to be embossing pasting that. So I'm just going to be stenciling this piece over here. Okay, so I think they call it stippling. Roxy, is that a word?
That is a word, yes.
All right. So we're just stippling. You see how far it goes? I mean, there's like very, very little paint on here. Okay, so I'm going to finish this side and then I'm going to let you do that side, okay?
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Perfect. Up and down.
Super duper easy.
Super easy.
As long as that brush is dry and you've got very little paint, you should really be fine.
Like you say, a little bit of paint actually goes a long way.
100%.
Yay.
Okay, so now that's done. So I want to show you guys the embossing paste. So I'm using a paint scraper. You can use a credit card even.
Okay.
So, and you know, we all have those rewards cards.
Yes.
Millions
Guilty.
of them. So we can even use that. Okay, so there's a little bit here. And now I'm just going to be scraping it on that piece over there. Very satisfying. And make sure you get all of those grooves. There's a gaatjie there. Okay. Whatever's left can go off. Okay, so now again, big reveal. Ta-da-da-da!
Wow.
Wow!
Beautiful.
Check how pretty. So you can see the raised stenciling there. So you need to give the embossing paste some time to dry.
Okay.
Then once it's dry, I would say, like, depending on the weather. If it's rainy and the weather is bad, it takes longer.
Yes.
Embossing paste loves the sun. So once it's dry, you can then put the stencil back on and paint over it.
Oh wow.
Yes. So some people put their paint in the embossing paste, but because the embossing paste is so white, it's very hard to get the right color.
Yes.
So best is rather put the stencil back up and then paint over. You can even do gilder's paste on it and bring some bling into your project. But yeah, guys, so super easy to use, beautiful products. Go out there and get stenciling.
Wow, it's been a while since I was last in the classroom. What a throwback.
Yeah, well, I've been in the classroom much longer ago than you, but anyway, let's not talk about that. Thank you very much for tuning in and have a beautiful day.
Cheers.
Bye.